I'm back. Welcome to episode 5. I'm doing a little update on what's happened in the last month. So, as I'm filming this, it is the end of October. And this month, I took over both spaces. So, I took over the Black Honey space, which is downtown, and that's going to be our prep kitchen for Hanoi House and our catering company called Electric City Catering. I have all these ideas for the space, so I'm really excited about that. Then we took over officially the Wimpy's location. And I will say, to summarize what the month of October has been, it's been a month of planning, setting up business license and like all that boring paperwork stuff, and demolition. There is a lot of demo going on, but now it's kind of like we're setting ourselves up for success for the future. So the Wimpy space, as you know, was a lot of work. I knew this going into it, and everything was basically going to have to be gutted. Blue ceilings, blue walls, all that fun stuff. And to be quite honest, a lot of the stuff that was in there was kind of shoddy. Like, it wasn't really great infrastructure. When we took the ceiling tiles off, the wiring was incredibly messy. There's a lot of redundant wiring up there. So there's just a lot of things to clean up. On the back end, like in the kitchen, we had to start fine tuning our recipes and getting those on paper. Because, previously when I opened Hanoi House, all I did was I opened up and then we kind of figured out our recipes as we went along. In this situation, it's a little bit different because these are recipes that my parents have used for years. And now the real challenge is going to be me extracting those recipes from them, recreating them, streamlining those operations, and having the systems in place so that when we do open, we're not just like relying on my mom to cook food, because we know she's retired. And I also just need her to help me with my kids. So I'd rather her helping with my kids than help me in my restaurant, because I think she'll drive me nuts if we have to work together every day again. So I'm going to do 3 lessons that I've learned in the last month and things that I would tell someone if they were in my shoes a month ago. So the first is going to be design your menu and design your kitchen layout. Figure out what equipment you need pretty much as soon as you can. I think in the first couple of weeks, I was very lackadaisical. I was just more like, we just need to demo everything. Let's just like start from a blank slate and then we'll figure it out. And I think that drove Morgan nuts. And Morgan, is the one that helps me get a lot of things done. And I think it drove her nuts because she's just like, can we start planning the menu? But in my mind, I already kind of knew what the menu was because I was taking a lot of things from my family restaurant. So number 1, figure out your menu so that you know what things you need to look out for and buy and get the infrastructure in place. And that's actually my second lesson, is figuring out your infrastructure. So you need to know what your plumbing needs are and what your electrical needs are. For us, we have a buffet. So we're going to need electrical and plumbing in the dining area to handle us changing out the water all the time and draining the water, but keeping the buffet table hot and or cold, because there's a cold station as well. And you need to figure out your plumbing, because sometimes a lot of that is in the flooring. So my brain was just very much like, let's start from a blank slate and get the flooring in and get the new walls in and whatever. But in order to do that, you have to figure out what's going underneath it so that you're not ripping it back up later on. And of course, my husband is the one that has to remind me of this. Okay, number 3, start hiring even when you're not ready to hire. So we are still months away. It's the end of October. I'm probably not going to open till January. But, this is actually one thing I've been very fortunate in with my career is we do attract great people. So we have like a handful of people that are actually on our new team that low-key are ready to kind of head over to our place when the time comes. Also, I will say they're like such amazing people that they're the kind of people that are going to give their existing employers like a couple months notice before they're even coming to join us. So I think that's really awesome and says a lot about them and the people that we hire. So even if you are someone that's going to open a place up and you're like, I'm still months away from opening, start having those conversations, meetings, touch base, like, hey, is this what you're looking for? What kind of work environment are you looking for? And would this work? So it doesn't hurt to have that conversation. It's kind of like dating, right? It's like feeling someone out, right? Going for a coffee and seeing what it might turn into, because you never know. They could be the love of your life. Or in this scenario, they could be the best manager that's going to start with you right from the get-go. So those are my three things. I'm sure that, I have other like mini lessons along the way, but those are my three major things. If you're someone that's going to start from scratch and open up your own place. And then I think funding is a completely different topic that I'll get into in one of my next videos, because that is a common thing that people ask is like, how the heck do you pay for everything? And that's a loaded question. So I'm super excited. We're 1 month down, and November is going to be really challenging because we're already thinking about holiday parties. I have people booking holiday staff parties at the restaurant. My parents are going to be going away to Asia for a few weeks, so not having them around, is kind of like a layer of support that I won't have at home on a personal side. So it's a little bit of extra load for me, but that's okay. That's all part of the planning process and having my ducks all in a row. Thanks for tuning in to my 5th episode. I am pretty happy that I've made 5 episodes so far. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already. I think it's really reassuring to me that there are people that are actually just interested in what I'm doing. I think a lot of us do cool things that aren't documenting it because they think it's not interesting. And I know that there are people out there that ask me questions about the business and about restaurants. So I know some people are interested, but yeah, I really appreciate the support, guys. And I'll see you in the next episode. Bye.